everybody. I will be starting in just a second. Sorry, realized I didn't have my headphones plugged in, which kind of helps so that you don't get feedback. There we go. Okay. I'm going to turn over down my overall audio for a sec. Hey guys, it's Karen again. And I'm streaming more Dream Daddy. Because basically I feel like playing... Turn that down just a little more. Because basically I feel like playing, you know, comforting game. I'm just gonna let people know I'm streaming right now. Okay. And then I'll get the chat up in just a second. I don't have it up right now. In case you are joining us for the first time tonight and missed the previous stream, Dream Daddy is a game where you play as a widowed dad of a daughter who's just about ready to go off to college, and you've just moved into a cul-de-sac which has a number of attractive, mostly single dads for you to hopefully date. It's actually a very sweet game. The sort of thing where people are like, when you hear about it, but it's actually very sweet and touching, and I love the relationship you have with your daughter, and okay, tweeted as well, and I will get up the chat. Okay, so I am now in the chat room. If anyone has said anything, I don't think anybody's in there yet. No. Okay, so let's get started. So in the first episode of this, we'll go to continue. We're playing as Caleb, who may be named for a certain, whose full name may be a combination of a certain characters, played by a certain actor who is the dadliest of dads on Critical Role. So in the first game we moved to our new cul-de-sac, we met all the dads, and we ended up on Dadbook, a social media site for dads. So these are all the dads. We have Craig, Matt, Brian, Robert, Joseph, Hugo, and Damien. And so now we can message them to set up individual dates. Well, you know, chances to meet up and do stuff. They're not really set up as like dates just yet. Basically so far I am real interested in Damien, aka Goth Dad. A friend of mine was like, you need to do Goth Dad. And it's like, yeah, she didn't mention that he has Matt Mercer hair. Like, girl, if you're trying to sell me on him, tell me he has Matt Mercer hair. Hello. But there's a few. Oh, and important to note as well, when given the opportunity, we did not sleep with Robert. Because I have watched watched a couple like Let's Plays, like couple episodes of Let's Plays, enough to see that like people reported like, oh, if you sleep with Robert, it locks you out of his storyline. First thing. So who do we do first? I'm really curious about Damien, but at the same time I also kind of want to save it for, later. Um, let's go first. He's Amanda's English teacher, our daughter Amanda's English teacher. Middle and high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know and I'm sorry. Oh, and I did voices, kind of, for all of them. I say I did voices because I attempted to sound different. I'm not sure how different they all sounded. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I found good voices for Matt or Hugo. I'm not sure they sounded very different. I'm not sure if I remember exactly how I sounded, so like they could be, quite similar. I'll try and come up with a voice for them. On a Friday night, you are most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, what would it be? A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. What did you want to be when you grew up? Movie star? What's your favorite movie genre? Documentaries and art history. What's your ideal date? Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. Sounds good to me. What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. And I spend a lot of time thinking about, I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. Yes! Wow, Hugo, you feel like me. A lot. Okay. So let's message Hugo first. And there's also dad tips on every sort of load screen. Don't trust gas station egg sandwiches. No, yeah. Something involves eggs and mayonnaise. That's missing. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime. But I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them? Uh-oh. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she'd been crying. Oh, Amanda, Panda! What's wrong? Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, are you alright? Oh, that little sad. I'm fine. Of course. I'm fine. I just got to thinking about the Backstreet Boys. They had a reunion. The Backstreet Boys are back, alright. But they're different. Something's wrong with them. Like they're dreams someone once had but can no longer remember. And no one's talking about it. They just go on like everything's normal. Somehow I don't think that's it. You might hear my cat yipping in the background. I just got home from being out, so she's probably like, why are you doing this and not paying attention to me? Eat it! Oh, she just came running up to me. Are you sure that's all you're upset about? You have to tell me what's actually wrong, but were they original? Were they really the only ones? BT Dubs, if anyone's in the chat, anytime I get to one of these decisions, please let me know if you have opinions. I know, but on the other hand, like, I know the lag can be a fair bit. So, like, I may have to just make a decision. So sorry if, like, it doesn't seem like I acknowledged your... Yes, sneeze. Wow. So sorry if it seems like I didn't acknowledge your choice, or if I don't pick, if I don't mention it or whatever, but like I said, the lag is fairly big, and I don't want to, like, be sitting here with dead air for, like, 5 minutes while I wait for the chat to catch up. Sometimes it can vary based on the stream, so, like, but feel free to tell me. I will wait for a little while and see if anyone says anything. I'm gonna say, are you sure that's all you're upset about? If there's, anything going on, I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And I'll always be here for you. Whether you need a shoulder to cry on or a strong dad to go kick someone's butt, I'm only a phone call away. Aw. Thanks, Popsicle. I appreciate that. But I'm fine. Really. I'm unconvinced, but I'll stop badgering her about it. I'm sure she'll tell me when she's ready. Hey, how was middle school for you? Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40-plus hours a week, doing long division, starting fights over, pizza day? Top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? Ooh. I don't remember. I didn't like it. I thought it was fine. Middle school is like grade 6, 7, 8, I think? We don't really do that a lot. Or at least, we don't do it here, where I grew up. I think it is more of a states thing. Or it probably also depends on, population centers and stuff. But, grade 6, 7, 8, I didn't really like it. I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs, you've hurt me, and I'll never forget. What'd she do to you? I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remembered the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See? Middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. Did you get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They give us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. Ew! Oh my god. It haunts me. Oh. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What? Are you worried that a whale's gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put fear in my heart. Well, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there. Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find that school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end.
I don't know.
Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo! It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start.
Oh.
Can you guys put your phones away? All the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. Then they go back to texting. At least they're quiet? Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school, after all. We'll see. Ooh, pretty aquarium. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet?
Hey.
Honestly, it's just busy work so the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
Oh.
We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
Oh.
It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa.
Oh.
Their spines are venomous, too. Nature's hardcore.
Ah.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Ah.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless, so long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them?
Hmm?
Tissue necrosis. Cool.
Ah.
Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the American longfin, the blue-nosed wiggly fish, or the humphead wrasse. Again, I don't think there's anybody in the chat yet, so I might as well just pick. The blue-nosed wiggly fish. Ooh, we got hearts. Yeah. Did you know that paranormal fish trivia, psychiatric fish trivia, or political fish trivia? Maybe I'm gonna save, actually. I'm gonna do some save scumming in case this goes bad. Psychiatric fish trivia? This is the only species of fish known to develop clinical depression? Wait, are you serious? Absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here.
Oh.
Ha. Oh, we got hearts! Yay. Ha! Good one. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? I'd rather stare at you. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. Or are those two sharks kissing? That seems like coming on a little too strong. That maybe... Boop. A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. Ooh, we got eggplant emojis. Obviously, eggplant emojis are the best. You know you've done well. That's a very astute point, Caleb. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Hello. Don't you want to pet some rays, Caleb? Oh, I think I'm good. I don't really... I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun. And informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand in the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. It feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. Oh god, anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just get a little carried away wait. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why is that?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan? Susan, get back here. Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Wanna tell me what's in the bag?
Textbooks?
Wanna tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. We don't have time for games here. That's an easy 5 to 10. I'm not afraid to hit a child? No. That seems a little too jokey. I'm gonna save just in case. I'm assuming I'm not afraid to hit a child is probably the bad one. How about we don't have time for games here? Ooh, hearts. Whatever it is, it goes back in the touch tank. Now.
You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Hmm?
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
Sweet manchego.
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan?
I was trying to free him.
To where? Outside? Where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Yes.
Look over here. Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hey.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. Okay. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Ah.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Ugh, that sounds rough. Man, we thought we had it hard.
Hmm.
I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins?
Oh.
Yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes. I mean, obviously, penguins are the best. Oh, look at the penguins. Our group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. Puffins! Oh my god, puffins are the cutest. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
Huh?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a penguin in the there's a penguin in the student enclosure. Some days it probably feels like middle schoolers should be in a zoo. Anyway, oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait, just kidding, it's very bad. Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs toward the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, 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 I have an announcement. The whole room turns toward Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everyone just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst! Hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here.
Neither can you.
I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
No.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Kid, what are you even doing?
I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom.
Where are they even going to go?
They're gonna live in my closet.
Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here.
Not until I save a penguin.
I don't know.
Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions. So they don't all live in cold climates, if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Lay down the law, try to relate to her, or bribe her. I'm gonna save, because I will probably scum the crap out of this. In the law, try to relate to her. Try to relate to her? I think back to the time I released all the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster. Molly, you know life can be cruel.
Money. Give me money.
I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second.
Okay, well give it to me right now.
I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough?
Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal.
We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. Oh shit, this is the minigame. Block that bird. Okay. Oh fuck, no. Oh, balls. Okay. Apparently I can just spam these things. Basically, I'm just like spamming this like crazy. Nope, get back, 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 back. Shit. Oh, fuck. Mission complete. Oh man. Penguins escaped. 10. Oh god. bribery works. I guess that was okay. Hello, people. Sugar rush? Oh, I got raided. I feel so welcome now. Morally questionable. Yeah. I mean, when you're dealing with middle schoolers, you do what you gotta do. Anyway. Whew, that's glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech.
Ah.
Yes, thank you. You brought your friends. And that's why I think that penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everyone starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there?
I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega.
You realize that that the penguins can only survive at Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands.
Well, it was the thought that counts?
No, Molly, it wasn't. We have not romanced any daddies yet. We're working on it. We had a couple moments with Mr. Vega so far. This is the first date we were on. Molly turns to me.
You owe me $8.
What?
What? Just, I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose that they can compare, so that they can compare animal thief notes.
Ah.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Hmm?
Caleb, did you just bribe a child? I bribed a child. I don't know what she's talking about. You can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line. By the way, people have suggestions for answers. Feel free to mention it in chat. Though, as I said earlier, it's, you know, there's going to be a little bit of lag, so I might have to, like, select something before I can see the responses. Think of the penguins! Yeah, I think it's you can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line. I go for penguins first. Okay, penguins! Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back.
Oh.
Let's just get through the day and get out of here. Oh, I didn't get any hearts or anything for that one. I'm not sure that was a good answer. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop and we make our way back to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside.
Oh.
Hey, Caleb, thank you so much for helping us out today. You're a lifesaver. Hugo is a poser. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? I love cheese board. I love the options. I love cheese boards. I'm all about cheese boards. There is nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. I believe there is nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. Hugo, you rake. Second date? Yes. Woo! I got eggplant emojis! That is obviously the best response you can get. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw. You got to go in the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud? He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes.
You mean take a nap?
There's a difference. You learn when you become a father. As a boy, I can corroborate that. Ooh, date complete. How did we score? Gun safety. Hemingway. We scored really high on Hemingway. Ooh.
Looks like Paradise Lost just got found.
Oh, man. Ooh, we got an achievement. Awesome. Oh, baby. Yes. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pull through the cul-de-sac. I wonder if we got any coupons today. The nice mail person slides a couple letters in a large yellow envelope through the slot. It takes a couple tries for them to get it in. Hey, my coupons! I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. Amanda. She yells through the door. What? I have something for you. I'm kind of busy right now. Can you come back later? Okay, just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from HIA. Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Horn Institute for the Arts? Oh man, Amanda's room looks cool. I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Father, please. I'm not going to yell the entire thing, obviously. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. That's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it. And? The suspense is killing me. This is her dream school. Amanda's face is unreadable. I can't believe this. Oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't. I got in! Oh, I got in! Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. Congrats, sweetie. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I really can't believe I got in. Well, of course you got in. You're a great student, you nailed that interview, and your photography is incredible. Isn't that egg pin awesome? Yes. I love the little panda pin, too. Wait, Dad, I know this one's really expensive, and it's so far away. I think for a moment. HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on it for the longest time. It'll be tough, but we're going to make it work. Really? Of course. Amanda hugs me again. Thanks, Dad. Okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner, your choice, wherever you want. Wherever? Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor. Please, Dad, you know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a Rito with a view. I can't say I'm mad. Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay. And the dorms are right near a bunch of cafes, and there are all these galleries nearby, and there's a discount if you bring your student ID, and... Amanda, slow down. You're gonna choke on your burrito. I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors, and we get all the professional photo editing software for free? Rito! Man, now I kind of want a burrito. It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about HIA, but I wish she wouldn't do it between bites of her burrito. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. I wonder who my roommate's going to be. You take a survey online and they match you with someone with a similar major and interests. I bet we're going to be best friends. Craig and I were. A good roommate can be a lifelong friend. But don't even get me started on bad roommates. Oh no. I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about our new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl ruled. Ooh, they let you have animals in the dorms if you get a note saying you need one. I bet I could forge one. I think I'd get a rabbit. Or maybe a snake. Or maybe both. Would the snake eat a rabbit, though? Oh boy. I think I'll leave all that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second. So, you know I had the talk with Mr. Vega. He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? What? No. I don't want to put a damper on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it.
Okay. I promise I'll try harder.
I pat her on the back. Think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays? There's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross. Carl was the best boy. And don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences.
Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you.
My eyes immediately well up with tears. Aww. Oh, Dad, don't cry. Sorry, I'm just very, very proud of you. You're all grown up, and now you're such a good person, and I hope you know how important you are to me. Duh! Father-daughter feels. I know. Dad, stop. You're gonna make me cry, too. It's too late, honey. It's happening. Dad, I can't get tears in my burrito. It's gonna make it taste sad. Pull yourself together, Caleb. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on the forehead. I love it when she sticks her tongue out. Love you, kiddo.
Love you too, Pops.
Aww, see, this is why I said this game is actually so sweet. Oh. Guess that. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? From Hugo and Damien. Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown and we're wondering if you would care to accompany us. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper. Whoa, why can't I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are going to bust down my door any minute now. I'm going to destroy this computer. Caleb, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive, but once you've done that, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. Ooh, Goth Dad knows some stuff about computers. The Victorians were well versed in information security. Mm-hmm. Caleb, do you want to go see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see art. See that art. This is actually one of the things they've added. This is the version I have is actually the Dad Rector's cut. So there's actually new stuff that's added. This is one of them. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing amongst all these fancy art people. Caleb? I turn around. It's Joseph! Joseph, what are you doing here? Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art, appreciator? Appreciatist? Awkward silence. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Yes, you can swear. I just haven't taken the opportunity to do so yet. Trust me, there will be swearing. Also, yes. Fuck out of here, J. Crew. Also, married J. Crew. Yep, admittedly a little out of my depth here. Thank God. I thought I was gonna be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know. Thank God. What? Wow, what a tart. Yeah. I'm curious, I've seen part of a couple Let's Plays. So I knew sort of the beginning stuff. I don't know what happens if you pursue Joseph's line, like, all the way to the end. Because I know there's some dads where, like, you can go to 3 dates and they'll still be like, I think we should just be friends or something like that. So I'm curious what happens with Joseph. Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. The points you get that get you into heaven. That's how it works. I don't think so. You heard it gets crazy? Well, I'm sure we'll find out. Basically, actually, what I should mention too, what I plan to do is I plan to go on, as far as I know, you can go on 2 dates with each dad. And then when you do the 3rd date, that sort of like locks you into like, this is the one you would like to have a relationship book. A relationship with. I think I was reading a comment at the same time. I have no idea what I just said. Anyway, yes, I think that's how you, that's someone you have a relationship with. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do Damien / Goth Dad, aka Goth Dad, first. Get the ending first, because, like, I'm curious. And then I'll do a save just before I make that choice, and then I'll go back and do every single other dad. So I can see every single ending. I basically want to do like full playthrough, get all the content. Yeah, that's a good point. Has he read the book? I don't think that's how it works. Is it a Buddha type scenario where any dad can be relationship material? I think so. I mean, you have to, like, when you do dialogue decisions, you kind of have to make like the right decisions. So I think you kind of have to score well on anyone. But yeah, you can basically do any, except like I said, I remember reading ages ago that, like, you know, with some dads you will get to the end and it'll, even if you say all the right things, it'll still be like, we should just be friends, or I'm not ready for this, or yada yada yada, that sort of thing. I don't think every single, because, like, I think they mentioned that that's how it differs from other, like, dating sims, where it's not like if you say all the right things, it guarantees. Because for real, that's me on a date. I need a list. It would be nice if you got like 3 options, yes. It was like, I think this is the most correct one. Anyway, where are the guys? I look and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have just arrived at the gallery. Good eve, good eve, good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh,
Who's ready for some art? Get ready for my, like, terrible, like, voice acting. This is gonna get terrible, trust me. The ones that are more, like, cartoony that I do, like, kind of... You need a date quick save. Yeah, you need to be able to save scum on dates. I can do Damien, and I can do, like, Craig, and I think Joseph is, if I can click into the right level of voice. I'm going for, like, Gaston, sort of for him. Them I can do in multiple things, in conversations, because they're more, like, out there. I need to come up with good out there voices for Matt and Hugo. Anyway. You know I have no idea what I'm in for. Art is dead and nothing is real. I don't think that's gonna work. I think I have no idea what I'm in for is enough, like, I'm up for this. I expect nothing less than Disney tier voice acting. Yes. Well, don't be expecting Matthew Mercer doing this. I don't know. Feels like it would score big with Goth Dad, but Goth Dad is, like, kind of artsy. I mean, he, like, very much lives the Victorian or what he thinks is the Victorian goth life. He might be super into it. Yeah, be emo. I think I'm gonna go for a balance. I have no idea what I'm in for. Maybe I'll save and I'll see what happens. If I go with I have no idea what I'm in for. Same.
oh,
All you have to know is that if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now. I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go help myself to some tiny wines. Talk art with Hugo and Damien. Get cheese and tiny wine with Joseph. I feel like we should probably talk art first. I know we didn't get a reaction thing, so I don't know if that one actually means it, especially because we're sort of talking to 3 people at the moment. Usually you would expect to see hearts or eggplant emojis, depending on what you say. So let's talk art first. So, what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscape painting of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art. It is rad art. Art with a capital A. Stay away from where's the only sweater in the game, wrong dad. He creepy. Yes, he seems aggressive. We still need to steal his sweater. I was trying to go for sweater dad, but they don't give you the option for a sweater for the player character. Yes, I love the art with a capital A. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all these landscapes look like butts to you guys? Damien and Hugo leaning in, examining the paintings in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. Valid assessment, Caleb. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What'd I miss? Butts. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Yep, they see the butts. And then it's kind of one of those things where, when someone says, does this look like a butt? You're sort of like, oh, yeah, it does. You're sort of like, yeah, it does. Sort of like George O'Keeffe paintings. It's like he's sort of like, oh, it's a flower. Oh, now I see it. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Shall we visit the next place? I want to see the butt. Same. We leave the first gallery and walk a few minutes before we reach another one. This gallery is a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of... I'm not even sure hang on the walls. Oh. Oh, geez. What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? Oh boy. Yes, basically. Basically, Chodo the Bright. I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a metaphor for the human condition. It reminds me of my childhood. It represents strife. It's a butt. Okay, I'm gonna save again. Again, I keep saying I could possibly save scum. It's a dang butt. Yeah, I'm thinking going with butt. Oh, hey, man. It's a butt. It's a butt. Everyone else stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt. Well, a valid assessment. I feel like the artist was trying to make a different statement. Probably how much he liked butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures, even butts. Either he is the hippest pastor ever, or he is faking like a mother faker. Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I feel sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels, creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitization. He's a creeper. And I'm like, yeah, he's... Wow. How do you figure that? That's what it says on the placard. Oh, let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but the abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting the artist chooses not to let their work to be defined by... what's the word? Realism? Realism. It's not part of anyone's romance, actually, Lynn. This is part of the new content. Basically, it popped up... there was a little group chat thing popped up in the sidebar of Dad Book with a note from Hugo and It was a group chat from Hugo to us and Damien asking if we wanted to go on the art crawl. So yeah, this is totally new stuff. It's more of a group date. As we're looking at one of the paintings, the patron scoffs loudly. Psh, I could do that. Excuse me? Friend dates, yes. Hugo, not here. No, come back here. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him. You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Yeah, Joseph said he got a note. Yeah, actually, Joseph said he got a message from Damien, I think. From Damien or Hugo saying to come. But, like, why wouldn't he be on the group chat with the other two? Because he wasn't. I might have to try Joseph next just to see more of, like, what is going on with him. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. Friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket. I'm sorry. I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Is it cheese? No. It's wine and cheese. Co-signed. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which is thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese. We got one last stop on the tour. You lot feeling up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art?
Oh.
It is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to the performance in the street. Several masked performers in leotards undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us. What was that? Oh my god. I don't know if that's a new, brand new explanation to the game, or if it's just what I haven't heard yet, because I haven't dated that down. I'm assuming that was Joseph. So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second this question. Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Vesser. By the way, we named our character after two of Liam O'Brien's characters. Because I was basically trying to recreate him. Fear existence, the very humanity of being human. They really like screaming. Butts? I'm wondering if we should go for, like, the fun, it's 3 times and it's funny, and go with butts, or, like, try something different. I know what you guys are gonna say. I may not go with that option. Because I can tell before the chat even gets there what people are gonna say. Go butts or go home. Oh, maybe I'll save. In case anybody, like, so far, yep. Butts. Everybody goes for butts. I mean, I don't know if we're actually getting quote-unquote graded on this. It's kind of two parts, but it's the same part, because really you can only have, like, one part. Like, I mean, technically, I mean, physically, yes, you can. I'm sure there are people who have one part, for various reasons, probably doing it to deal with terrible accidents. But, you know, it kind of helps to have two parts. And then, like I said, I don't think we're getting, like, graded on this. I don't know that our responses in this will actually affect our relationships with any of these people. We'll go with butts. What do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis.
I don't know.
That's beautiful, Damien. So, what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, like, really mean it? Jesus, Joseph. Damien fixes him with a hard stare. I was gonna start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't gonna play well with this crowd. Wise. We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Whew, I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decide to walk home together. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. Damien does not find farts funny, confirmed. Damien is too classy for farts. Look at that cape. I mean, really. Does he look like a type of dude who would find farts funny? I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which was nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny wine and tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese. The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun. Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. Plus it'd be delicious. A nice Emmentaler, possibly. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time. Nacho wings, oh my god, yes. I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions, like, for example, luchadors. That would actually be kind of cool. I would like to see that. Like, impressionist or, like, formal portraits of, like, luchadors in the process of, like, beating someone's face in. Or, like, jumping off the top rope. Ready to, like, do a splash on somebody else who's already on the mat. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses. Mostly boats. He does have that anchor tattoo. And there's a giant anchor on his house, I noticed. Really?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery in artwork. What? Boats are cool. What about you, Caleb? Ooh. Food artistry, landscapes, or tasteful nudes of the artist? Again, I have a feeling I know exactly what you guys are gonna say. I will save. Yep, there's one. Nudes. With a Z. True. One can be very particular about their nudes. Also, enjoy that we have 2 separate spellings of nudes right now. Gonna make it 3, Candy? Yeah, I think we're going with tasteful nudes. Boop. Art is a money-making business. I know it sells. Noodles! That would fall under food artistry, though, too. One could have nudes with noodles. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. All right, boys. Good art. Good art. Agreed. See you guys around. Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors, after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. Oh man, now I want cheese. Okay, so next date. So far we went on one date with Hugo. Noodliest noodle nudes. I'm sure you can find that on the internet. I mean, it is the internet. Who shall we do next? I kind of want to do Damien next. Well, got Dad. So here's his dad book profile. Damien Bloodmarch. Oh man, that name. How do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On a Friday night, you're most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens. Oh, it's a little weird. If you had to take one thing to take with if you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. Ooh, that seems... Unless, maybe you could, depending on how seaworthy it was, you could make it into a boat. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. Ooh. What did you want to be when you grew up? A bat. What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror. What's your ideal date? It's night. We're at an industrial darkwave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. What do you never leave home without? An upside-down cross. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience. I love him. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of like, he's a little bit over the top, but I kind of like it. He's so dramatic. He is. It's sort of like I said, he's a bit over the top, but at the same time, there's something that draws me to him. Maybe it's the Matt Mercer hair. Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's dad book page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Caleb, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for as you see I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. Oh, whoa, there's more. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours, humbled, D. Bloodmarch. Ooh. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey, Amanda? Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. Ew! Oh, gross! That means he cares about your opinion. Ooh. No. Can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. Exactly my thought, Choto. It's like, ew, why would you ask anyone to do that, much less your daughter? Like, gross. It's so gross. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids got over saying lol and LMAO or whatever and decided that what they were and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill, Dad? How will we address the nobleman in regards to your How will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Get you a man who will pop your back zits. Ew, gross. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. She is the best wingman. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Yes. Like the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Amanda. And here, I loved you so much. I think you just broke my heart a little bit. Great. So what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards, Caleb. Oh, boy. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Well, I suppose that's that. Oh my god, look at this house. Hello. Again, it's like... It's maybe a bit over the top, but part of me is also like, yes, girl. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor? Estate? The Gothic architecture looms over the other homes in the cul-de-sac. Yes, he has gargoyles. I mean, if you're gonna have anything outside your house, like, generally I see people when they have lions and stuff outside, it's like, okay. Gargoyles, I might actually be like, I kind of love that. I kind of like this aesthetic. I don't know if I would ever actually do this to my own house, but I kind of like this aesthetic. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. Ooh, hello. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Creepy. In this house, we all coexist. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in the paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? This is totally seeming like Beauty and the Beast, yo. Like, are there invisible servants that are just gonna be serving everything? Skull collection. It's kind of cool. Like, I could live with maybe skull collection. Caleb, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. Interesting. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry. There was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason.
Oh.
This is one of the older homes in the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. There is a rolling ladder. There's a second floor to the library. Dude, right now, myself and my character are like Belle in Beauty and the Beast when she sees the Beast library and she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yes, we need to get with Damien because I need that library. I'm like, honey, we need that library. I will marry you for your library, and also because you're kind of cool. And I'm sure eventually we'll, through the 3 dates in the game, we will learn to love, we'll grow to love each other. But oh my God, that library. Sunlight streams in from floor-to-ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room, as he fucking should be. Look out the window, look at the butterflies, pick up a book. Or that's enough of the tour. Pick up a book. Ooh, lots of hearts. You know, Caleb, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage youths into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. Got a bunch of books, deal done, we married. Same here, Candy. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. Oh my God! Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unburdening his ninja pants. Oh my God! His books are fanfic. We need to marry Damien. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh man. This is the best. This is the best. I'm so glad. I'm almost kind of sad that we went with this first, we went with this next. We should have done everyone else and then Damien, because obviously we should have saved the best for last. I know, I need to breathe. Fanfic bound in old leather. Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back on the shelf. That's a rare book from my private collection. Yes, I can see why he's your favorite. Ooh, yes, you were right, Choto. It's worn. That was intentional. Ooh, okay. Look out the window. I need to recover myself. I walk to the window and am greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn. Do you know that Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? I think you are pulling our leg, Damien. Wait, really? No. But Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Look at the butterflies. More hearts. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Perhaps I could show you how sometime. Maybe not. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Yeah, same here, Choto. I will definitely do all the one-handed push-ups in a swimming pool. The pin is gambit. Is that a thing? No. Please, will you join me for tea? I follow Damien to his sitting room where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-back chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. Ooh, girl. Oh, man. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What?
How delightful.
It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealthy class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the later time of the day that the working class had to enjoy tea, and the height of the tables on which they're served. Oh. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. Are there lots of goths in Maple Bay? I like your cape. I feel like your home is really impressive or I like your cape is probably a good one. I know, are there a lot of goths in Maple Bay? Doesn't seem like it'd be terrible. Like, I don't think you'd get the little black cloud. But, yeah, I'm thinking compliment the home, too. I mean, obviously, as you say, yeah, Choto, clearly he worked hard on it. Flatter him with cape appreciation. Cape! Here, I just saved, so maybe I will try the cape first. I like your cape. Ooh, hearts. It's a cloak, actually, but thank you. Victorian fashion is very important to me. You pull it off quite well. Oh, thank you. Regardless of my historical leanings, it's very important for me to present myself well. It's taken a long time to come up with a style that's both true to form and representative of myself, but I'm very happy with how I dress. I do get some strange looks, yes, but it's something that brings me a great deal of joy, so I don't mind. Compliment that rad dog painting. To be able to wake up in the morning, pick from my closet a variety of cloaks, waistcoats, top hats, and even binders that are period appropriate feels amazing. Binders? Fellow trans dad? You wear top hats? You don't? What got you so interested in goth stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious. Of course. But it's, you know, the song, Amanda made me listen to it. Yes, he's trans. I mean, and yes, it also goes with, it's definitely period, because dudes did wear, there were male corsets. During the Victorian era, it was fairly common for dudes to wear them. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Yeah, basically, kind of like, well, kind of like what Dr. Frankenfurter wears, but like, I mean, period would have been more functional. Frankenfurter is definitely wearing it for style as well. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. Okay. Yes. Obviously he has electric light as well. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge there were very many terrible things about the Victorian era. Try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly hard. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Yeah, true. Like, Tim Curry's chest in the 70s. Tell me, Caleb, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care anything about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing somebody talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing and, quite honestly, rather attractive. Ooh. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sound sophisticated. I like making soap, watching soap making videos on the internet. Love me some word jumbles. I learned how to juggle once. Yeah, I mean, so far, like, I mean, Damien, like, is obviously super leaning into it, but it is kind of cool the way he's, like, found the thing that sort of expresses who he is, and, like, that found this thing that he is fascinated by and is really into and, like, is living it. Like, you know, isn't ashamed of what he's interested in or, like, embarrassed by it or too scared to do it. He's like, nope, he gets out there and does it because it's what he wants to do. Yes, he's a man of principle, but he's also, like, not so into the thing that he can't see its flaws. Like, as he said, he can admit that, like, the Victorian era has its problems and he wouldn't want to go whole hog into, like, living it. He's not like that couple in somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. They're like the ones who live Victorian style, like super Victorian style. Yes, we stand a self-aware man. But yeah, there's this couple that is like lives strictly Victorian style, and they're kind of pompous and stuff about it, kind of a-holes about it. But yeah, he seems way more self-aware than they are. Anyway, hobby. Soap making videos. Let's try that. Soap is an important advancement in modern society. Getting rid of germs and stuff. I would say that people who make soap are the true heroes here. To watch them work is an honor. Tried making some with Amanda once. We both had to go to the doctor for the rashes, which I guess goes to show that we should leave it to the professionals. That didn't get a reaction. Maybe I won't. I'm gonna go back and just see if there's, like, another action. Quick, sounds sophisticated. Let's try word jumbles. Oh, that got hearts. Okay, so obviously that other one was maybe not the best. The written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, and I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. Okay, that is the better option. His reactions to all of these. It's poetic, really.
Oh,
Oh, so you're a writer. In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches.
how delightful.
Come, I have one more thing to show you. Yeah, Damien does like words. He would like it. How did we miss that? Fuck. Damien takes me around to the back of his home where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Ooh, is he gonna give us a message bouquet? Damien doesn't care about cleanliness. True, he did have books scattered all over in his library, which is also my preferred state of being, so. Not wear deodorant, but then he does also say, like, there are things he enjoys about modern life, and I'm hoping deodorant would probably be one of those. Especially because he's so impressively turned out. Like, he takes such care, obviously, with his clothing and his hair and everything. I think he would wear deodorant. So he would, present that proper image. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien, please. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off of a vine. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? Oh, jeez. My loins are ablaze. Thou art the tightest. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. Oh boy. It's kind of like, is he sending... Well, is he sending us a message? He is sending us a message, I believe. Again, here I'll save. I will totally save scum this. Loins, get in there. I don't think it's 3 cheers for sweet revenge. Storm his castle on your steed. Ooh, don't tempt me. Here, I've saved. I'll give each a try. So let's try loins first. No. Okay. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Okay, so maybe it is the revenge one. In which case I am cheating. 3 cheers for a sweet revenge. Ooh, yay. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Snapdragons, honeysuckle, or sunflowers? I do love the smell of honeysuckle, like me personally. Though if anyone else has any other suggestions, Lynn. Snapdragons sound edgy. I'll save. And I'll go with my favorite first. Yeah, dragons might jive. Yeah, let's try snapdragons first. Because they're cute, and you can do that thing where you squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. Ooh, okay, we got hearts. I'll have to remember. It's not sunflowers, can't remember which one. Here, let's save scum this. I'll see what happens if I click honeysuckle. Because I'm curious. They smell really good. Then you can eat the tiniest little drop of nectar when you pull the stem out. Okay, that also got like tons of hearts, so. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. I mean, neither one of those two got like dick emojis, so, or well, you know, eggplant emojis. So. He would put together a bouquet for me? No one's ever given me a bouquet before. Ooh. I followed Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. That ringtone, oh my god, the dance macabre. Oh man, of course he has that as his ringtone. Oh, Caleb, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I put a little more effort into the garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Ooh, okay. Game. Oh fuck, we got... how do we... Nope, that's not it. Nope, fuck. Doing bad. Doing bad. I'm gonna have to redo this. Fuck. Nope. Yes. There we go. Okay. That one? Nope. 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 Why is this? Maybe like that? Yes. And then like that. Nope. Other way around. There we go. Our secret. Whew, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset. That little exclamation. Caleb, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything all right? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Oh, honey. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucian. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs to come to the school, post haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Damien and I walk into school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien. You're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to my kids are in trouble rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Yeah, so smooth. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Oh, what voice did I use for Lucien? Ernest punched me.
Lucien tried to kill me.
The room falls silent. I wasn't trying to kill you, dumbass. I was trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a second. Lucien, did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him, What's cask of Amontillado? Dude, it's Edgar Allan Poe. It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. I can't remember what voice I did for Ernest. Ernest, 20 minutes. Dad,
Whoa.
it took you 20 minutes? Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucien was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages, and then I read a review of the movie.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long, and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucien to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me. So when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Perfect voice for Lucien. It's like one of the South Park guys. Thank you. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucien high five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out the school in tense silence. Lucien, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucien immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. Oh. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. He needs to whip his hair. Yes, he does. Damien does need to do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for some job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Aww. Choto, you have Damien hair? Lucien continues staring out the window. Love you too. Aww. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright. And all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good. So there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admire how you handled that. Does this kind of thing happen a lot? I think admire how you handle that is probably a good way to do it. Save. I mean, complimenting his parenting might be good. But again, probably gonna save Scum a little bit. Let's try admire, since you guys seem to have voted. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. Ooh, we got eggplant emojis! See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. Also, I kind of like his painted nails there. Ooh, eggplants! I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo! What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers, Extreme Edition. Oh my god, I love these. I love the reality shows on this thing. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expression, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the house is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to school to pick up Lucian since he lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and tried to brick him up into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read the story except for me? Yes, Caleb. Yes, they have. Lucian live-streamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's good company. A surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Yes! Okay. Let's see. How do we do? 8. Ooh, rank S still. Okay.
That's a band.
Oh, Damien. Okay. Achievement progress. Interview with the vampire. Ooh. And we got a message from Craig. Maybe we'll save it. What time is it? It's after 11. Been going for almost 2 hours. Fuck it. One more date. So, who shall we do next? Maybe we'll do Craig since he just sent us a message, so it'll sort of set up his regular plotline before we do extra stuff. So, Craig Kahn. Dad of 3, business entrepreneur and fitness enthusiast. Juggling work, family, and fitness is a tough gig, but someone's gotta do it. On a Friday night, you're most likely to get one last good cardio session in. If you had one thing to take to with you on a desert island, what would it be? A box of energy bars. What are your turn-ons? A sub-6-minute mile. What did you want to be when you grew up? Beer pong world champion. What's your favorite movie genre? Buddy cop movies forever. What's your ideal date? Scaling a huge, dangerous mountain for fun. What do you never leave home without? An extra tube of energy gel. I spend a lot of time thinking about, my model time used to be so good. What happened? Have I peaked? I'd insta-marry the dad who answers the desert island question with a boat. That's the one we picked, I think. When we set it up, that was an option. Craig does have the cutest baby. Oh my god, River is so adorable. I love it when she blows bubbles. She has there's a little animation or a little image where she's blowing a bubble, and it is the cutest thing ever. I wonder what Craig's up to today. I navigate to Craig's dad book page and type out a message. Hey bro, or should I say neighbor? Let's catch up like old times. A couple moments pass before I hear a ding on the computer. It's a message from Craig. That was quick. Hit the desert. A boat, oars, and a compass. Yeah? Craig's kids are super cute, and they're not creepy like Joseph's kids. Bro, my man, let's definitely hang soon. Might be a little different from our old weekend long benders, but it'll still be fun. We exchange a couple more messages, and he logs off to prep for the game. Whoops. I should see if Amanda wants to join me. Did I miss something? Game? I walk over to Amanda's room and knock on the door. Yo, Amanda Panda! I open the door and find Amanda sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by magazines and newspaper clippings. She seems to be making some sort of art piece. What you working on? Just a collage for class. We're supposed to make a piece that represents our goals for the future. I take a closer look at her collage. That's a lot of dogs.
It's mostly dogs, yeah. Did you need something?
Craig invited us to a softball game. Want to go?
Oh no.
Remember that one time you signed me up for softball and you bought me all the gear and then you took me to the first game and then someone hit a ball toward me and I just ran off the field crying?
And then you hid in the dugout and would scream if I tried to pick you up? Yes.
I was afraid of baseballs. I thought you were a gigantic sentient softball.
So does that mean you don't want to go? Amanda gets up and looked me dead in the eye, determined. I'm finally ready to face my fears head on. Let's do this. Amanda and I make the short drive out to the local softball field. For a kid's softball game, it's pretty packed. We clamber up the bleachers and take our seats on the top row. I don't see Craig anywhere.
Ugh.
So when did the kids start crying and running off the field?
You know that your relationship with softball is different from everyone else's relationship with softball, right?
Okay, but if I don't see some kids cry, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
For nostalgia purposes, of course. Not because I take joy out of children fighting for my amusement.
Definitely not that.
The game starts and the kids run out onto the field. I see Craig by the dugout with a clipboard. He has River strapped to his chest, as per usual. There's a guy in the pancake costume doing jumping jacks across the field. I guess that's the mascot. Ah, there's River! Oh my god, look at her little tiny feet. And her little tiny hands and her little button nose. She's so cute. Reading the kid's brightly colored jerseys, I see that... Ooh, excuse me. I see that it's the Maple Bay Flapjacks against the Pinewood Ocelots. Go Flapjacks? It's the beanie. Yeah, she does have a super cute beanie, too. Choke up on the bat, Miranda!
Yeah, Miranda, square up!
How much do you know about softball?
Enough to know that the balls are relatively hard despite their name.
Oh boy. Oh, Candy. This is a dad joke. That is a dad joke. Obviously, I have been playing this game too long and I need to end the stream just after I finish this date.
But yelling is fun. Give it a shot. It's cathartic.
I am now dad, date me. Keep your eye on the ball. What's important is that you're having fun. What are you willing to sacrifice to win? What's important is that you're having fun. Go friendship and kindness!
Dad, can you kick it up a notch? Maybe throw some spice in that papaya? Sure thing, honey. I believe in you, Miranda! We watch a couple innings of softball. They aren't ready for the major leagues yet, but Craig's trained his team pretty well. Seems like he's really good with kids. Nope, sorry, too late. I already did the kindness one. I do not want to be that parent. Keg stand Craig is good with children. Whoa.
Oh.
It's amazing how hard they're hitting the ball and how no one has run off the field crying yet. Amanda, dear, you have to let it go. Let what go? I'm perfectly fine. The opposing team is up at bat. They hit a fly ball out into center field. The tiny little girl tries to get under the ball, but misses her glove and hits her straight in the forehead. Ooh. See, it's a completely justifiable fear. The girl plops down on the grass and starts crying. Craig makes a beeline to her, checking her forehead and comforting her until her parents arrive. He carries her off the field as she sobs. Man, it's strange to think about how this was the guy who once backflipped off a roof and into a pool while... Oh my god. Who once backflipped off of a roof and into a pool while shotgunning a beer. Oh god. It is the weirdest looking baseball field. I think we're looking toward... Technically, I think we're kind of standing outside the batter's box and looking toward home plate. But, like, because of the perspective, it gives it a really square look for some reason. I don't know. It is weird. It is pretty super weird. But yeah, he's so responsible now. The game resumes after the girl calms down a bit, and we watch a couple more innings. Craig's team is crushing the other team in the ninth inning. The Ocelots seem to have given up by this point. I see one outfielder eating fistfuls of grass. Batter on the other team knocks a foul ball into the stands. I follow the trajectory and... Oh no, it's coming right for me! Oh no, 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 no! I close my eyes and brace for impact. Ooh. I open my eyes and look over to see Amanda holding the softball, staring at it in amazement. I caught the ball. You saved me. I caught the ball! Dad, I caught the ball! You did it, Amanda. I faced my fears. I defeated the softball. I can do anything. Amanda and I share a big hug. It's a tender moment that I don't think anyone else watching really understood. Ooh. Sorry, I'm suddenly getting an attack of the yawns. I'm proud of you, kiddo. The game ends and Craig's team are declared the victors. We sit patiently as the girls line up to shake hands. Yeah, she does. It is the beanie and that little curl of hair that sort of sticks out from below the beanie. Great job, everyone. We walk over to the dugout to congratulate Craig, who's talking with some of the parents. Craig, great work, man. Thanks. We've been working hard all season, and it's great to see it paying off. I'm so proud of all my girls. Speaking of which, have you met Briar and Hazel? Oh my god, they look so cool. Hello. Hey, killer playing out there. Yeah, you guys rule. Thank you. You guys are twins, huh? So which one of you is the evil one? Hazel. Yeah, it's me. I know they look so sassy. Good looking out. Do you guys ever pretend to be each other? I don't have a twin, but I think if I did, I'd be doing that constantly. Yeah, I take all of her math tests. And I usually throw rocks at stuff, and when people get mad, I tell them I'm Briar. What? We will talk about this later. Caleb, bro, I just got a couple more things to clean up, then we can hang. Sounds good. Just then, one of the moms jumps into the conversation. Not so fast. We have to celebrate our win, Craig. I'm taking the whole team to get pizza. Oh, I don't know if I can. Nonsense. The girls won. What sort of celebration could we have without our fearless leader? Ew. They are probably in a girl gang. They would yes, they would probably run the girl gang, Jodo. Jeez, Janet. He's not into you. She lays her hand on his shoulder and gives him goo-goo eyes. Man, this mom is laying it on thick. Amanda and I share a look. Alright. Is it cool if my bro comes along? The mom looks slightly put out, but covers it up with a smile. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning again. River is bored AF. Look at the bubble! Look at the little bubble she's blowing. Yeah, she's blowing bubs. Of course. Where are we going? Thirsty's Pizza? What? What? It's a real place. An endless stream of girls clad in softball gear piled out of a minivan and into a local pizza buffet, which is actually called Thirsty's Pizza. How appropriate. Amanda and I trail behind them with Craig. Reminds me of all the awful pizza we put in our bodies back in the day. Remember how we used to just fold whole pies in half and then put taco fillings inside? Oh my god. Oh my god, these guys were like peak college boy. Ah, pizzacos. I could never forget. Herc is my reaction to candy. How did we survive college? Our bodies were younger back then, more elastic, more able to handle the toxic waste we put inside of us. Ah, the good old days. The kids run around playing arcade games and eating greasy food. Amanda and I jump on a couple slices of mediocre pizza. Hey, give me a piece of that. No, absolutely not. I'm just kidding. I'm strictly eating salad here. Thanks for addressing the issue, Amanda. Dad! A different mom walks up to us talking to Craig as if we weren't even there. Craig, thank you so much for looking after our kids. My daughter tells me every day about how great you are. Oh, I'm happy to look after them. Definitely helps that I have kids of my own. It's been so hard since Daniel left. I'm glad to know that my children have a strong male role model in their lives. Amanda and I look at each other again. Craig gets it from all angles, huh? Craig smiles sheepishly. Thank you so much, dude. Craig holds his fist up for a fist bump from the mom in what I think is a maneuver to lighten the conversation. My mom voices are the best, thank you. He looks super uncomfortable. I should throw him a bone here. Created version, tag team with Amanda, or smokescreen Martha. I feel like maybe tag teaming with Amanda might work. I mean, we're an awesome father-daughter pairing. Together, we're unstoppable. Caleb, no, you were in public. Which was that response was that too? Amanda has, yeah, she has epic sass. She could probably school Martha pretty good. Oh yes, there's the river board face you were talking about. Oh, throwing him a bone. We'll save that for private. Oh, River's bored face is so cute. Even River's like, this is bullshit. Yeah, let's try tag teaming with Amanda. I give Amanda another knowing look and she hits me back with a nod. She understands. Amanda puts a hand to her stomach and looks at me with puppy dog eyes. Dad, I don't feel so good. I think I ate too much pizza. Oh no, sweetie. You're not going to projectile vomit everywhere, are you? Yeah, I think I'm going to projectile vomit everywhere right now. The words projectile vomit and right now usually seem to get everyone to clear out, but Martha's not budging. Back it up, Martha. You're in the splash zone. I drank a lot of orange juice this morning and it's feeling pretty acidic. You'll be fine. Amanda shoots me a worried look. This con is going sideways. I should have known that a mom of all people would know the fake puke scam. Well, I guess it went away and I'm fine now and nothing's wrong. She turns her back on me to talk to Craig. So, I'm taking Hazel and Briar tonight for the sleepover? Yep, they're pretty excited about it. Yeah. They're pretty excited about it. He'll keep them out of trouble, right? Oh, of course. But I could always use help watching after everyone tonight. Watching after everyone tonight, if you're not doing anything. Wow, this lady is really going for the gold. It'll actually be nice to have a night to myself and River. But thanks for the invite. I know, she needs to get out of here. Martha, you might want to grab your child. She's stuffing pizza into a coin slot. Martha angrily turns her attention toward her daughter. Tiffany, not another cave machine, I swear if we have to buy it. Martha storms off toward her kid. She seems nice. Yeah, the team is one big, weird family. Takes all sorts, right? Tiffany, don't eat the tokens. Oh my god, how old are these children? I mean, Hazel and Briar looked, not like toddlers. Tiffany's a stellar hitter. Phew, I think I have time to talk to Craig now. Man, you're a busy guy, huh? Only on days like today, I hope. Dad? Hey, girls. Dad, can you help us beat our record on DDR? We told Ariana's dad you could destroy him on the dance mat. Please help. Girls, you know I don't have my jukes anymore. But Dad... Craig looks at me like a hurt puppy. Sorry, dudes. Duty calls. I promise we'll catch up in a bit. It's all good, buddy. Craig runs off with his daughters, and I'm left alone with mine. Man, I was really hoping to hang out with Craig more today, but it seems like he's getting dragged in every direction. It definitely wasn't like this in college. I feel like we might be a third wheel here. There's worse places than an arcade to be left to your own devices. You're right. Want to drop some coin on pinball? You know it. Man and I pull up to a machine that's feeling pretty hot and get to work. I'm a little rusty, but the pinball wizard within me will never die. I pull out a decent score and then challenge Amanda to top mine. Oh man, I wish I was. Doesn't look like I'm going to be playing a DDR minigame, because that would be awesome. And immediately she gets a multi-ball. Looks like she takes after her father. You're pretty good. Don't patronize me. Hey, just trying to pay a compliment. Amanda shushes me. She's in her zen zone. She fights valiantly, racking up points by the millions. She's this close to beating my score, but I feel honored just being able to watch. You're friends with Craig, right? Janet from earlier walks up and leans on the pinball machine. Yeah, we went to college together. Please don't lean on my thing. Huh, that's so interesting. So do you know if he's, available? Oh, I honestly don't know if I could say... Seriously, you're gonna make me make it tilt? Because it seems like so much work to watch after his kids. Don't you think it would be great if he... Lady, I swear to God. All of a sudden, a buzzer sounds and the game is over. Janet made the pinball machine tilt. You stone harpy. What? I said I have to go over there now and put pizza in my mouth so I don't say anything that'll hurt your feelings. Amanda.
Nice.
Bro! What's going on? Now's our chance. If we don't get out of here now, we're stuck for the rest of the night. God damn it, Janet. I wrangle Amanda and say some quick goodbyes with Greg. We head out of the pizza place, finally. Amanda promises she'll keep the couch warm for me and heads home. Stone Harpy is a class insult. It is. It's like she's so sassy and she has such creative insults. Really, could we ask for more in a daughter? Hope you don't mind me bringing you back here, bro. Not at all, dude. It's good to finally get you all to myself for a second. River burps. Oh. Well, almost all to myself. Hold up. Craig walks over to the trunk of his car and pulls out 2 gloves and a softball. Up for some catch? This might be less catch and more you throwing the ball and me running after it, but sure. We stand in the middle of the empty baseball diamond and start tossing the ball back and forth. I'm assuming Craig has very good reflexes. Because, he's wearing a baby right now. That would be bad. That strikes me as something one should not do. She loves it. Yeah, but, he's gonna have to make sure he doesn't accidentally, hit her in the face. Get her hit in the face. I have a cooler in my car that we could grab, but there's only juice boxes in there. Man, fatherhood is strange. You're telling me. I can't believe I'm looking back at my kickstand Craig days and reminiscing about it. Those were some good times. I don't know anyone else who could pull off the rare horizontal keg stand. It's a feat of discipline, bro. Trust me. I haven't properly hung out with Craig in so long. I don't even know where to begin. Asked about coaching softball, asked about business, asked about the kids. That's enough for now. Sorry. I need a drink. Or put her in his pants pocket. Oh, yeah, I can switch her to the back. Men's pants pockets are probably big enough for him to fit her in there. Unlike women's pockets. Don't get me started. Oh, Peanut just had a really big yawn. So cute. Anyway. Let's ask about the kids. Because I think the... I know, don't get me started on pockets. Ooh, lots of hearts. I can't believe you're a father of 3. Neither can I. You know me. I'm an indecisive person. You switched your major 4 times. Yeah, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. But raising kids, when Briar and Hazel were born, it all finally made sense. It's like all the time I had spent to try and figure things out led to them. I couldn't be happier about it. I don't think I've ever cared about anything as much as I care about them. Aww. I had the exact same feeling when Amanda was born. It was the best thing to ever happen to me. It could be the only thing that ever happened to me, and I'd still be proud of the life I lived. Hello, Peanut. Ask about coaching softball. More hearts. So was softball coach the life you wanted, or was it life that was thrust upon you? I'll admit that I was hesitant at first. Briar and Hazel had so much energy that we just had to get them into sports, but no one was there to run the team. The more I did it, the more I saw how much it meant to all the girls. I'm worried there would be a riot if I quit. I would also be afraid of a bunch of tiny children with metal bats. They're quick and they work as a team. I've trained them too well. Can we just get a game about River? Yes, I would love that. They take you down like a pack of velociraptors on a T-Rex. Exactly. Sure, ask about the business. And more hearts. So, you run a business now? Yep, we sell fitness gear. Imports and exports mostly, but we're coming up with our own line of athleisure wear soon. I nod. I mostly use my sweatpants for watching TV and not, sweating. Sounds like you'd make a killing. If we need athletic gear, I've got your back. You can sponsor me. I'll rep your athleisure wear brand while I mow my lawn. That is the glamorous lifestyle we're catering to, yes? It's nice out here. Quiet. Must be good to get away from the softball moms for a bit, huh? Christ, Janet. Yeah, that was a lot. Are they always like that? Actually, this wasn't nearly as bad. Yikes. I'm just so not interested. Hopefully that's because he's interested in us. Well, what are you interested in? Peace and quiet. That hot, hot silence. My ultimate sexual fantasy is sleeping in on a Saturday. But more seriously, I just can't get back into dating right now. I couldn't even if I wanted to. There's no time. And I feel so uncomfortable trying to introduce a stranger into my girls' lives. They've already been through so much, I can't put them through that. Buddy, I hear you. So, the moms can hit on me all they want, but the girls are my top priority. You're doing a great job. The right person will come along eventually. Hit softballs, don't get hit on by moms. I feel like doing a great job is probably good. You know, saying he's a good dad is probably gonna be the best option.
It's a little peanut.
My kid has stopped sleeping and is now looking for attention. Yay, lots of hearts. Yeah, I could save scum. I didn't save right before that, but... that's probably going to be right at the beginning. We can zip through. Boop, 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 boop. Ask about the kids. Ask about softball. Yeah, let's get through this. Okay, so I will save this time. Right person will come along eventually. Oh, that got the eggplant emojis. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Yeah, we did get Dixon number 2. You don't have to rush it, man. Things will fall into place for you, and someday you're going to find someone who cares about your kids just as much as they care about you. I hope that's what it says, because Hangouts popped up a message. Let's close that. Thank you. Yep. Bro, that's so sweet. That person could be us. Anyway, while I'm distracted, I miss the softball, and it hits me right in the head. Wow, that hurts. And man, it was right all along. Sorry, dude. Craig runs over to me. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Wait, let me do the dad thing for a second. Craig spends a moment examining my head. It's worse than I thought. Don't tell me you have to kiss it to make it better. You would be so lucky. That was planned. I mean, kissing is for the weak. Oh, I'll have to go back and look at River's River's expression. Yes. I mean, I feel like I've earned it at this point. Waiting all day to hang out with you? Well. Yes! Eggplant emojis! Craig leans in and kisses my forehead. Ooh! Walk it off, champ. Are the lights on the softball field really hot, or is that just me? No, girl, it's both just you and not just you. Oh, shit! I get up and dust myself off. River yawns. Aw, she looks so sleepy. Look at her. Hey, little buddy, you must be getting tired, huh? I hate to say it, but I should probably head out. Sorry things are so... You get older, and life just kind of gets in the way, huh? We start walking back to the parking lot. Chodo. Snack his butt. You're so happy for our fictional character. We start walking back to the parking lot. Hey, remember that one house party we went to that got broken up by a helicopter? How could I forget? You and me hopped over a concrete wall to get away? But the other side of the fence was a parking lot where a bunch of cops were parked. Oh man, yeah? Could you imagine the look on our faces? We just walked straight past them like we were out for a stroll. And not knowing that we were at the party, they started joking with us about how big of a bust it was. We had to talk with them for 30 minutes. You told them you were interested in joining the academy. They started giving me pointers for the exam. Longest 30 minutes of my life. Oh my god. They totally succeeded on their deception check to use a D&D expression. That was a natural 20 deception check. Man, college. Good old days, right? We get back to our cars. Craig pulls me into a hug. Or at least as much as we can manage with a baby between us. Aw, River. Never enough time, huh? Guess not. Let me make it up to you. Let's hang soon, yeah? I'd like that. I yawn as I walk through the door, spotting Amanda hunched over her collage, glue stick in hand. Burning the midnight art oil? Figured I might do something productive between episodes of Shark Hunter lip sync battles. Shark Hunter lip sync battles, oh boy. Smoosh the baby. Do the Sharps lip sync or do the Shark Hunters lip sync? Yes. I look over her shoulder at the collage. Amanda, this is good art. Look at this good art you made. Thanks. I'm just about done. Like before, it's still a lot of dogs. In one corner is a giant pile of cash. In the other, it's... Amanda, is that me? Yep. The whole thing is about my goals for the future, and those are basically just to sit on a giant pile of money with my 20 dogs and also have a strong and mutually supportive relationship with my father into adulthood. Aww. Oh, now you've done it. Get ready to watch your dad cry. Here it comes. It's happening. Aw, Dad. You did this with your good art. She pats me on the back. Hey, how was your hang with Craig? I wipe a tear from my eye. It was good. That Craig guy sure is busy. Yeah, dude, the softball life isn't for quitters. Also, I'm very proud of you for facing your fears today. How does it feel? I'm on top of the world, Pops. I should start facing my fears more often. Oh yeah? How about tomorrow we hit some empty parking lots and practice, dare I say, parallel parking? Baby steps, Dad. I'll work my way up to it. Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay. Take care of late night television for me, alright? I'll let them know you said hey. Oh, end of date. Okay, let's see how we did. Dead points? Total. Woo! Rank S. Ooh. Good wise child. Parallel parking is the devil. Okay. I'm gonna save it here. Oh man, we got more. I'm gonna check these out next time I stream. Because it is 11:42 and I was working all day today. And as you guys have been able to tell, I have been yawning a lot. So, I will probably stream sometime within the next... You've parallel parked once since your driver's test. Oh, Lynn. You know, like I laugh, I don't actually have my full license. So... Thank you for joining me in the stream. I'm probably going to do it, I don't know, maybe Sunday night. Depending on how late D&D goes. We play D&D. We're going to start playing D&D sort of late afternoon. So I'm assuming like, you know, evening like 8, 9-ish will be done. Thanks, Jodo. And thank you, Lynn. Yeah, so I'll probably do it again on Sunday, Monday night, something like that. hopefully you guys can join me. If not, if anybody's watching in the video later on, hope you have fun. Hope you can join me next time on the next stream. And we will see how dates go with other dads. So I will say one more time just to make sure. And have a good night, everybody. Bye!